Trainers Library, the power of learning.
The trainer's role in shaping young people's political perspectives is one of the most important roles trainers have in developing a democratic society based on European values. We can see two dimensions of the political dimension of trainer work. First, the youth sector itself is represented by NGOs, and second, the trainer as an individual. The role of the NGOs in policy making is on the same level as politicians from a political party. NGOs mobilize people around a certain cause, and they safeguard the values and causes upon formed NGO. Any kind of activity which involves promotion on social media, targeting public institutions, campaigning, advocacy, lobbying, or policymaking is a political act, aiming to send a certain message to certain public institutions. As an individual trainer, you engage yourself in a facilitation of workshops and trainings that influence the opinions and perceptions of the participants. Influencing young person's perceptions and ideas is in due course influencing his personal values, consciously or subconsciously. Ultimately, your training might influence his decision on the day of the political elections, or will motivate him to act in his local or international community to change something. These processes are political in its core, and this tool explores them in more details below. Understanding and accepting your role as civic engagement and is one of the first steps in creating a change.
Trainers Library, the power of learning.
NGOs as political subjects. NGOs are legal entities composed of a group of people that have a certain ideology which is based on values and principles. Besides, in raising awareness and education, NGOs have a crucial role in campaigning, advocacy, lobbying, and policy making. Policy making includes work with institutions and authorities, decision makers. NGOs propose policies and measures for improvement of the lives of the citizens they are representing and use campaigning, advocating, and lobbying to make the public institutions adopt and implement the proposed measures and policies. NGOs can propose policies and initiatives that can change laws, strategies, action plans, and budgets. Their role is to engage in regular dialogue with public authorities with a view to ensure better implementation of initiatives and policies. They promote social or political change on a broad scale or very locally. With these processes, NGOs influence opinions among young people and citizens, thus ultimately influencing the political vote on elections. NGOs' ideology is based on certain values and principles, is close to a certain political party's ideology, for example, the Liberals, Greens, Socialists, Democrats, etc. But there's a big difference between the role and the aim of a political party and the role of an NGO. Political parties are aiming to come to power and govern the state, promising to ensure better lives of the people, and they do it through policies and measures which are close to their ideology. It is said that an NGO's role is to be the conscience of the society. An NGO's goal is not to come to power, but to act as a constructive corrective force to the government and public institutions, and safeguards the public values and the principles, the humanistic and the European values. The values of the European Union enshrined in the Treaty of the European Union are respect for human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality, rule of law, respect for human rights, pluralism, non-discrimination, tolerance, justice, solidarity, and equality. Trainers work as a civic engagement doing. Being civically engaged in the context of the European training strategy is about addressing the transformative role of trainers as empowering young people and empowerment of people working with youth to take an active role in their society. Taking an active role means being aware of the challenges in your local or international community. It means making or influencing a positive change in line with the humanistic European values. The trainer's role in empowerment of young people in this direction is crucial. Using different learning methods, tools, and resources, trainers find themselves in a critical role to influence young people's opinion, their perceptions, and values. By doing this, trainers find themselves in this role of activists, speaking from perspective of values, for example, human rights, or something close to their beliefs. Therefore, first and foremost, the awareness, self-directed learning, and the continuous personal development of the trainer is of essential importance, in order to make sure that the influence is in line with the humanistic and European values. Besides influencing the perceptions and values of the learners, one of the roles of a trainer is to inspire and facilitate a process for the young people to organize actions and initiatives aiming to make a difference in and for their local international community. It is also about helping them to understand their rights in a democratic society and the tools available for making a real life and practical change in their community. It is also about introducing them with the institutions that represent young people and make decisions for them or in their name. Trainers' work is a civic engagement work because of several reasons. It influences values and beliefs, the ideology a person feels close to, ultimately influencing the political vote on elections. It increases awareness of the youth workers, and it challenges their perspectives. Thus, it creates a desire for change within the learner. It motivates learners to take an active role in their society and stimulates creating projects around problems in their community. It inspires young people to stand up for their values and beliefs, and this motivates them to speak up, promote, campaign, and advocate for improvements in society. This also mobilizes other people to join the cause. When learners organize activities in their communities, they send messages and statements in the media, traditional or internet, about the areas they feel close to and need to be improved. By acting in the media, they suggest ideas for policy change. It connects young people with other like-minded people or youth organizations that participate in decision-making processes on local, national, European levels. Youth councils, national youth councils, European youth forums, for example. Developing a training program is non-formal education. Education is a powerful tool to steer change in a local or international community. The role of a trainer in inspiring civic engagement and positive change in society is crucial, and it is important that one understands and develops the ways it can make it happen. Understanding and using these tools in this competence area are important for increasing your civic engagement. Besides accepting your role as a civic engagement act, the other indicators, such as knowledge of relevant policies and programs, knowledge of different independent sources, skill to relate policies to own values and beliefs, skill to consider different political perspectives, are crucial for developing this competence.